Welcome to Tony's MMA Corner, the only MMA channel that is old school with no thrills or fancy elements like professional editing or lighting, and with all the charm of your local cable access channel. However, if I do make it big, I will sell out and add all those thrills and maybe even a co-host like Mayhem Miller to add some danger and spice. I'm your host, Tony Sepulveda, not Sepulveda, even though that's what I've been hearing my whole life. And without further ado, we're going to go into UFC Fight Night 186. And I'm going to give you my picks of the bouts that most interest me. Alright, so first up, we got Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres versus Kevin the Hardcore Hitting Hillbilly Croom. This looks like it's going to be battle of the nicknames. So, first we got Bruce Leroy, who's coming off a 3-fight win streak. Kevin Croom is coming off his last bout where he won by standing guillotine, but from what I see, it was actually overturned by, I think, marijuana issues. So if that's the case, you guys could correct me if it's not. I think Bruce Leroy and the hardcore hitting hillbillies bout is going to be about between two journeymen that are both pretty tough. So it has all the recipes, all the makings of a banger. I mean, these guys both come to fight. I think the difference is going to end up being the hardcore hillbilly, or hard-hitting hillbilly. He has pretty much the size advantage. He's fought at lightweight before, and I think because he could carry more size, that's going to end up being the difference. Bruce Leroy's tough, but I'm going to go with Kevin Croom by decision. All right, our next bout is a strawweight bout between Ashley Spider Monkey Yoder. I think Spider Monkey is a position in the Kama Sutra, and she's going up against Bruce Leroy, who's fighting for the second time that night. Excuse me, not Bruce Leroy. That's actually Angela Hill, who's Bruce Leroy's twin. So, Ashley Yoder is coming off a decision win, and we have Angela Bruce Leroy Hill, who's coming off two hard-fought decision losses, split decision losses. Okay? She's also known, she comes in with those cheesy weigh-in costumes. I think one time she came out as Sagat from Street Fighter. She likes to have fun with it. She's a bit corny, but, I ain't hating, man. You cutting all that weight, you got to have fun with it. I think in this bout, Bruce Leroy, Angela Hill is coming in with a chip on her shoulder. She's fought the harder competition, the better competition, and I just think she's going to end up pulling it off or getting cut from the UFC. All right, so my pick for this one is going to be Angela Hill by decision, unanimous. All right, this next bantamweight bout I'm pretty excited about. You have Pedro Munhoz going up against Jimmy Rivera, who's fighting out of Tiger Showman's Karate. Now, I know they're not Tiger Showman's Karate anymore. They're Tiger Showman's MMA. But, back in the day, they were kind of considered like a McDojo or only known for being a McDojo. But you got to give it to the Tiger. He stepped it up. He's got his band, his Muriel band of Puerto Ricans. And you got Lyman Good, Shane Burgos, Julio Arce, who I think is Puerto Rican. You guys can correct me in the comment section if he's not. And then you got Jimmy Rivera. So the Tiger knew he had to step up that grappling game. He hired some Brazilians, I'm sure some wrestlers. I even lost a grappling match to one of those guys in a local Grappler's Quest a long time ago. So, L'Chaim. All right. In this bout, you have Pedro Munhoz, who's coming off two close decision losses, one against Frank Yeager, one against Aljamain Sterling. And then before that, he had two knockout wins, in which one of those wins, he knocked Cody Garbrandt silly. You have Jimmy Rivera on the other side, who's coming off a win, and his last two losses were against the guys that are going to be fighting for the bantamweight title. You got Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling. So both these guys are fighting the top of the division. They're both stud fighters. This is the second time they're fighting. Their first bout was a very entertaining bout. It was very close. I expect a lot of the same. Jimmy Rivera won that bout, but I think Pedro Munhoz is going to step it up and then win this bout and then move on to something better. And I think he's going to win by decision. All right, so that's my pick for that one. You got Pedro Munhoz over Jimmy Rivera. And now for the main event of the evening. You got Georginio Rosenstrm versus Cyril Gagne. Both of these guys ran a train on Junior Dos Santos by knocking him out brutally. So these guys are Eskimo brothers. Georginio Rosenstrm's got 10 KOs to his resume. His lone loss being a knockout loss to Francis Ngannou, but everyone gets knocked out by Francis Ngannou. Another highlight in Georginio's career is when he rearranged Overeem's face by giving him that little predator lip. And then you have Cyril Gagne, who shown that he can knock guys out, but also has some submission victories in his resume. I think he's even got a heel hook. So you can tell he's a little bit more willing to mix it up. The heavyweight division is more volatile than GameStop stocks. So you know there's going to be some fireworks early in this bout, because guys are always getting knocked out in these bouts or finished early. I think Gagne is more willing to mix it up, so I think he's going to end up actually winning this bout by KO or submission, because I do not believe this fight is going anywhere near a decision, and I will be extremely disappointed if it is, because I want to see some fireworks, especially since all my other picks were decisions. So that's my pick for that one, and I'm sticking to it. You got Cyril Gagne over Georginio Rosenstrm. Fight me. So there you have it. My 4 picks in the fights that most interest me. The Angela Hill bout made it because I thought Bruce Leroy was fighting twice. So let's recap. I got Kevin, the hard-hitting hillbilly Croom, by decision. I have Angela Bruce Leroy Hill by decision. I have Pedro Munhoz over Jimmy Rivera by decision. And I have Cyril Gagne over Georginio Rosenstrm by KO or submission. So let me know. Did I nail it? If I did, leave a comment. If I didn't, leave a comment anyway and tell me I'm a moron. Either way, I'll see you guys next time on Tony's MMA Corner. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. Also, hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel. I want to be able to get awesome MMA sponsors like Manscaped, so I can make that Conor McGregor money and have balls as smooth as eggs.